How can a lawyer help someone in their foreclosure?
Well, essentially, there's certain information I have to know. First of all, I have to know, are you being foreclosed? How soon? If it's not day after tomorrow or something like that. If you've got some time, the standard notice is 21 days. At that point in time, we have some time to gather documents and gather information necessary to see if your home is one of those that we can work with. I would say normally if your home was financed after 2000, but before, we'll say 2008, you can't hold me to these dates, but if it's in that period, most of those homes are MERS loans. And the more documents I have, the more likely I can to help somebody. I think the bigger question I get is, well, I went down to the county, like you told me earlier. I found out I've got MERS in my home loan. Should I do anything? If you're paying on your note and you've not had any problem, I mean, you've got the benefit of your bargain. Could I do something? Yes, I could file an affirmative lawsuit and seek to quiet title because most likely MERS has bifurcated your note mortgage. But again, it's almost calling attention to the fact excuse me, that there's a problem. Most likely, you have a chance of being more successful because by catching them off guard, they can't bring all the paperwork back together. But then, do you want to do that? Do you want to spend the time and the money and the expense, as I call it, to invest in the potential of getting your house free and clear? This is still such an unsettled area of the law that I'm not quite sure how judges are going to receive that argument, even though I think they should receive it. We're so busy just doing home mortgage foreclosure defense that I don't know if I have time just to take on just somebody who's not being foreclosed, who's currently on a loan and just wants to cancel the mortgage. But do you have that right? Right now, based on what I understand the law, believe you have that right. You ought to be able to pay an attorney to file an affirmative lawsuit to seek to say, hey, MERS, you're a mortgage and a beneficiary. You cannot be that under federal, well, primarily under state law. And there's certainly also constitutional law, and there's also, I think, what we call an opinion, federal opinion that says you can't do that. So yeah, you would have that right. But again, most people don't have that kind of free money just sitting around just to go attacking their mortgage. But if you're even having any problems with your loan, if you fall behind 1 month, if you don't pay on time 1 month, at that point, I'd say come in and talk to somebody like me who does mortgage defense to see, is there some way we can work out a true modification, not working within this modification system that's been set up that's not working, that's already been sued on, but can we truly work with the banks to get your loan modified, to get an interest rate in place, to get something that you can pay? Because the banks don't want a non-performing loan any more than you want it. And now I sound like a shill for the bank, but I don't mean to be. What I'm saying is, understanding my history of working with the FDIC, banks' desire is to having a performing loan portfolio. You can sell that. You can do things with it. You cannot sell, for the most part, a non-performing loans portfolio except to kind of the bottom feeders of our credit society who buy loans and things like that for pennies on the dollar thinking they can collect something. So I guess my biggest advice to anybody is if you take the time to go down to the county and find out MERS is in your loan and you've ever been behind, contact a lawyer right then. Don't wait. Don't refuse the certified mails. Don't not open the envelopes. Contact an attorney immediately, because the sooner you do that, the more options you have. You wait, you have less options. I have very few options 2 days before the sheriff's sale. A month before the sheriff's sale, or 2 months before a possible sheriff's sale, I have plenty of options. We've got ways we can work with the banks. We've got ways we can talk to them. We've got letters we can send. We've got just a lot more opportunities to give you. A lot more ways to plan, to really look at your finances and see, did I get too big a home? Or is my home fine? I just have too many other things on my plate. Or I'm underemployed, or I had a medical issue come up. There's other ways then we can deal with that. But I know it sounds trite, but don't wait. Because you're going to pay me now or you pay me later. You pay me now, I got more options. You pay me later, fewer options, and the price normally goes up.